black women been doing the same thing for years. You've been generalizing black men and how they treat black women for years. We've been doing it for years. They do it in movies. They do it on TV.
Cook, auntie, cook.
When you get into a relationship with a black woman, especially when you marry her, you kind of take on a father figure role.
Facts.
Listen, I love y'all and I have a preference for being around y'all. Y'all are a lot to deal with.
A victim.
Don't talk
you
to
were
me.
in a privileged neighborhood.
You don't know that.
In a
You don't know
poppy.
my
We know
life.
you're racist, Jazz. We know, girl. We know.
I'm racist.
Oh.
And if any
conversations with a woman like you is just
no, it's not with a woman like me. I'm not the only
no,
black
definitely
woman
with a woman like
that
you.
thinks like this.
You don't even like being black, girl.
I think your problem.
You both.
y'all be letting this little bad witch ass girl. You sat up here and said you are
been
obsessed
up
with
here
him
way
more than your
longer.
own husband.
You're more obsessed with him though, and you just don't want to express it.
No, bro, we having a cat fight over Anton right now.
Take on Anton's where you love hanging out at, all right?
You love hanging on Anton's. You've been on his panels longer than me.
Does anybody on the panel is okay with anybody black dating outside their race? Raise the hand real quickly before I play the clip.
You said, are we okay with them doing that?
Yeah, dating outside their race. Like if a black man, black woman likes to date. Okay, Robert, you're the only one?
I guess I'm the only one.
No, okay. Okay, so let's watch this little clip.
It is what it is.
Mad at me for dating outside my race, but I was dating outside of my race because they was doing things better than my race. I'm gonna keep it 100. My Spanish. I was dating Puerto Rican. I was dating Dominican. I was dating African. I was dating all type of other really size American black. Right? They were doing way more of what we expect. We want our woman to do more than our American. Our American got real comfortable with.
Give me some examples.
Oh man, I mean, their mannerisms are different. I didn't have to really say much to do and be treated like a king.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of times with our own American black, they expect so much of us and what we're supposed to do. Like things like, if we go out and eat and we just have a nice dinner, we can go anywhere and eat and get a nice dinner. It had to be Rue Chris, or it had to be this, that, or it had to be this, that. Then I get somebody that's just as fine, a Cuban or a Colombian. They don't care about nothing. They care about you and your household. Even though they still care about the money, but it's not about the money. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's a difference. Not better, but sometimes we get tired of hearing, Birkin bag.
Okay.
Got real.
Is dating outside the black race better?
I mean, if that's better for you, then go for it. I just don't understand why y'all gotta talk about black women while y'all doing it. Leave us out of it. We know you don't like us. You left us. You run into the impoverished countries to get you a little, mamacita or whatever. That's cool. But why you gotta talk about us though when you're doing it? I don't. That's my only gripe. Love who you want to love. If you haven't had any luck in America, go and get you somebody overseas. Just leave us out of it, baby. It's okay. We want you to go.
I think it all started off with women saying that guys ain't shit, and we all know the narrative. Like niggas ain't shit. They don't, they don't never do shit. They don't stand on shit. I think that's where the narrative actually started from. Women dissing men, and now men are combating the diss with, you know what? I'm just gonna go get something else.
Go find love. Just make sure you stay over there, right? Since you hate black women so much, it ain't good over here. Don't stay no blocks, right? Stay over there, and that's fine. But that's my only thing. Why you gotta talk down on us?
Question, Jazz.
Why you gotta talk down on us? Why you doing it? It's corny.
Question, Jazz. Do you feel personally attacked when somebody say, like, oh, these people was doing something better than like the black woman I was dating? You feel personally attacked?
I feel like it's unnecessary. It's like what works for you is works for you. Why are you letting everybody know where you failed at? Just go and say, I found a woman that worked for me. Why do a black man or a black woman have to put down black men or a black woman just because they dating outside their race? I hear black women say, these black men ain't nothing. They ain't doing this. If it's offended, I get irritated with that. It's like, girl, no one cares.
Just because I hear that.
Just because you say something out loud, does that make it incorrect? And is it still wrong? Like, you can still say something out loud if it needs correction. So
I get what you're saying.
In that instance, in the example that he's using, that's a him problem. I don't think that that's a problem for a lot of guys that deal with women across the board.
Yeah.
So,
that is true.
And that's what I'm saying. And Oh, like I get it. Like it's a difference of opinion. If you feel like you have to announce why you're dating outside your race, and in that say black women ain't this and black women that you have nothing negative to say, and
He didn't diss black
if you
women.
feel
I don't think
He
he was
did.
asked the
if you feel
question
like
though,
that's
Jay.
what you need to say,
Personal experience. That's what he was asked. He was
He was
speaking off.
asked the question
hey,
though.
if that makes him feel better, cool. I think it's corny.
I mean, he just
It
That's
just
just
answered.
my
makes him feel
opinion.
like he
Wow.
answered the question.
Like
I don't
Like
think that is
he
corny.
asked the
That's
question.
just my
I
opinion,
don't think it's
guys. It's
corny.
okay. It's just
Yeah,
my
yeah. I mean, I
opinion.
think he just answered the
I
question.
might actually, but he was asked a
Okay.
question though, Jay.
Yeah.
He
I
wasn't
don't,
asking
all
He
I'm
you.
went
saying is
into it
that
with
I don't have to
malintent
put
to
that.
put down the black woman. I didn't get that vibe of
Yeah,
malintent.
I think he just answered
Okay,
the
that's
question.
fine.
Yeah.
Because
So
you're not a
this,
black woman. Of course, you're not on.
No.
that
If
so
you'd have said it without somebody, they asked him a question. He just answered it. I mean, that was his
And that's
answer.
cool. The way he answered, I thought it was a little corny because like black women doing this. So it's like, damn, that's been your experience with every black woman in
Was it
America.
corny?
so
Damn.
Anton,
I honestly, the way I even took it, it sounded like he was grouping more of women in America. It didn't even sound like he was actually pinpointing black women. It sounded more like he was just talking about women in America and around him, which is why he wanted to look outside of that. That's what it sounded like to me.
this validates my point right here, right? Because I don't know if the beginning of that clip played, but he said they do this better. And the lady was like, I watch what you saying, and he took it, he rolled it back,
Yeah.
and he was like, well, not better, right?
Yeah, different.
So because women like, I'm sorry, Jazz,
But it
women
don't
like
even
Jazz.
No,
matter.
I'm the
It
villain.
doesn't
Please
matter
use
if he
me
said
as
that
the
it was
judge.
better or not
Please use
better.
me as your punching bag, Mom.
If
This
if
is that
if
way.
he
The fact that he reeled it back.
if he said that it was better, if he didn't say it was better,
Yeah, it's cool.
I think that that's his experience. The black woman that he's
corny.
been dealing with was probably problematic for that nigga, and it probably fleeced him out of a lot of money or whatever, so on and so forth.
I just
I
find
don't see any problem with what he said.
I mean,
No,
I just find it interesting that I find it interesting that black women can express their experience for years on end about how they experience black men. And when black men finally express themselves and say how they experience black women, it's a problem. Now, I agree with you,
All right,
Jazz, in
Auntie.
regards to how you say things. However, number one, everyone has their experience, and so number one, I find that interesting. Number two, I also find very interesting that we're not listening. Again, I'll go back to this because I think this is the problem. We just disregard everything that people say about us. We disregard it. I'm going to specifically talk about black women because black women is very good about doing this. And we will disregard, we will get offensive, we will get mad, we will throw a fit. We do all these things and not really listen to how other people are experiencing us as a whole. There is something there. People aren't just lying and making up stuff. Black women talk about how they experience black men as a whole. They call them dogs. They say they're deadbeats. They say all these things about black men. And as soon as a black man say, okay, I experience black women this way. This is my experience with black women. Regarding not better or whatever, this is how I experience black women when I date them compared to other people when I date them. This is how I experience them. We will get mad and get an attitude. And I just, for the life of me, don't get it. I don't get it. Like, are we like, where is we talk about emotional intelligence. Where is that when it comes to someone looking at us, how they experience us as a whole when they're dating black women?
Auntie cooking, man. I didn't know what to expect for a second. I saw the black turtleneck. I saw the hoop earrings, the burgundy number 5 lipstick, and I saw that Gap. I didn't know what to expect, but man, she cooking right now. I could tell she one of them Hotep chicks. She one of the Kemet. She one of the Kemet aunties. I guarantee you, she from upstate New York possibly, but she cooking right now. She's being authentically true. She's being unbiased. 100%, man.
It's beyond me.
Val, do you think that every black woman behaves the way that he described?
Don't do that. Don't do the every.
I asked Val, man.
Yeah, let her finish. Do I think that every black woman, say that again?
Do you think the way that he described the black women that he experienced, do you think every black woman acts that way? That because what I heard was they want ... and these are his exact words. They want Ruth Chris. They expect more from their men.
So what you just said is that he experienced.
That's what he said.
Right.
He experienced.
Right.
Yes.
And so my question is, do you think every Black woman that he experienced, or just in general, behave like the way that he described?
I will say this: just because every black woman possibly might not be asking for Ruth Chris, they are asking for more attention, more time, and more resources. It's going to be different at every level. If you at a level the way you possibly can't get taken out Ruth Chris all the time, you might want more quarter pounders. I don't know. You might want more double stack meals at Wendy's. It's going to go in different ways, but guess what? They're always going to still want your time, your energy, your resources. Take things out of it. They're still going to be draining to just your life force on what you have to do on a day-to-day and what you have to provide and give. Especially, let's say if that woman got kids, it's going to still drain the man a whole lot more depending on what he is hopping into.
It
So the
doesn't
reason
matter.
why I asked you that,
It doesn't matter if every Black woman acts that way. It only matters his experience. That is it.
Yeah, but he's generalizing. He said, go back to the clip. He said, our women, our Black women be wanting all of these things. Our Black women be doing all of that. So you have to be mindful of how you say things, right? Because you're right. He can speak about his experience. If he feels like this is the best way for him to speak on his experience.
Which is my point.
So my thing is,
do the same thing because we Black women been doing the same thing for years. You've been generalizing Black men and how they treat Black women for years. We've been doing it for years. They do it in movies, they do it on TV, they do it all the time. Everything is about how Black men treat Black women. We've been generalizing Black men on eons.
Cook, Auntie Cook.
Listen, don't say we, because here's my thing.
You may not, but in general, yes, we have. And I'm not talking about the very people.
You're talking about media, right? And there's a lot to go into
outside of media.
There's a certain stereotype of Black people in the media, right? When you talk about
that's not true.
Media, I'm talking.
But you just said in the
I gave examples of media. Yes.
Okay.
My family.
Okay. I gave examples. Yes.
But Jas,
generalization doesn't.
Auntie about to get you right, girl.
I would have to put somebody else down.
Let them finish.
But look,
all I'm asking is whether it's a man doing it or a woman doing it to a Black man or a Black man doing it to a Black woman, why do you have to put down other people to lift yourself up? If you have found love,
that's not what he did.
That.
He didn't do that.
Let me say this.
The Black women gave him push on that question, and that's why he even had to speak about it the way how he did. He didn't put nobody. He wasn't trying to. He was just being truthful. The women started trying to. He was trying to really kind of pander a little bit because he didn't want to go all the way.
And when you do that,
it's how you look at things. It's perspective. It's not always putting down.
Let me stop talking.
But look, he's speaking on his experience. Did y'all know he's both married? He's married to a Black woman. Look, okay.
Let me just say this. We cannot run away from criticism. We cannot run away from people saying the things that how they experience us or the things that they consider us doing wrong. We can't run away from that. So it's all in perspective. If you look at things like, okay, you're putting me down, instead of looking at what that person said and say, oh, how can I change, or what do I need to do to make my relationship better with my man or with Black men in general, or us as a whole, as a community. You can't it's putting down all the time.
Okay,
how are you looking at it?
Granted. So what I'm saying is this, Val. It seems like his only experience. We are all under the understanding that all Black women are not like that. But it seems like that's been his only experience with Black women, and now he don't want anything to do with them. My question is, what are we doing that we're not finding Black women that actually like us, that actually want to build us up, that's not like that? If we're all smart here, right? Except for me. Excuse me. I'm the slowest one here. But if we all know that everybody doesn't operate the same, why are you blaming all women when it's just the women that you've experienced? Why aren't you?
I'll let you finish, but I'll tell you.
But here's the thing, Val. Why is it the general Black woman's fault when we know you can find you a good Black woman?
Look,
and not have.
Let me just say this.
I don't think Jazz understand either that the pool is getting smaller. The pool is getting smaller and smaller of women that aren't tainted on the way how they think. I know it's just like, yes, it's somebody out there for sure. Yes, but you don't know if that woman is in your local city, how far you got to travel, how long it's going to take, how many bad apples you're going to have to run into before you actually find Excalibur. So you have to really just understand that we speak in generalities for a reason. It's okay to speak in generalities because we know things usually going to happen on a general sense, and then some things aren't going to be the norm, and it's okay. It's just life.
You're saying the reason why is because it's not just him experiencing Black women that way.
But there are a lot of Black men that aren't experiencing Black women that way.
I'm sorry?
There are a lot of Black men who are not experiencing Black women that way, Val. So what I'm saying is, why? How come he hasn't experienced a good Black women if they're out there?
Jazz, he's married to a Black woman. He just was giving.
Right.
No, but he just giving his example in the past. He's married to a Black woman though.
Yeah. No, that's excellent. You know what I mean? Y'all know
so
me.
He just was giving his experience at that time. And again, he asked the question. He was asked the question.
Yeah. No, we're just talking about our opinions on his response.
I'm about to shut down. I'm sorry to keep pausing this, y'all, but I'm about to shut down her argument real quick. And I hate to say this, Jazz, but just because we not fucking y'all don't mean we don't experience y'all. See, this is where we can come up with these statistics or these parameters of how most Black women are. If you on your day-to-day and if you're just trying to be friendly, speak, be nice, most are mean. So that's why we don't even have to talk about a relationship perspective, because it's just how we deal with y'all on the normal in public. And I can speak that on myself. I see a lot of Black women that are very, very rude, and that's just being honest. And I hate to say it now, whether other ethnicity groups are just acting or pretending or whatnot, they don't present it like that in public all the time. But I ain't gonna lie, a lot of Black women, they very rude and dismissive a lot of the time. I hate to say it.
He is very well in his right to speak on his experiences, exactly. Right? And
does it change that he's married to a Black woman now?
You said what?
Does it change anything? How you saying? Because he's married to a Black woman right now.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that he was able to find a good Black woman, because like the proof, he just proved the point. If we know there are good Black women out there, why are we making these grand statements that they only want to do this? You didn't went back to a Black woman.
He was asked a question.
He was asked a question. So if he's answering the question based on experience, he never said
what was the question that he was asked.
Why do men date outside the race? Men. So he gave his answer.
He gave his perspective, right? And I don't think he was referring to all. Granted, it can't be all. We can't, even though he didn't say some, it's not all. Clearly, because he never dated all Black women. But I think some of the stuff he said had validity, because in some different cultures, they're taught to do certain things that Western women aren't taught. So he wasn't knocking the Black woman in that clip. He wasn't. Granted, there are men that do it, but he was just answering the question. This is the reason I had this preference of women, because they did X, Y, and Z compared to the women in the Western of what I've encountered, which I think is a great, honestly, if he said Black woman ain't shit, I wouldn't take
that would be
nothing
different
from it, because
I'm
not a Black woman that ain't shit. So
right. And so it comes full circle because he realized. Yeah, and it comes full circle because he realized all Black women ain't shit. He ended up with one.
Can we be honest? Hold on.
If the shoe don't fit, don't wear it.
Can we just be honest for a second? Listen, I love y'all, and I have a preference for being around y'all. Y'all are a lot to deal with. Honest to God, like real talk. And I know y'all don't want to have no accountability and do a self-check. I know y'all don't want to be realistic about this, but it is a lot. And I'm not even saying that it's all y'all fault, because I believe that a lot of it may come from
family,
different trauma and things that y'all have experienced in y'all childhood and our cultural norms and all of that stuff. But it is. And when you get into a relationship with a Black woman, especially when you marry her, you kind of take on a father figure role.
Facts.
That's kind of the role that men take on whomever they marry. And you take on a father figure role, and you basically are sorting through all of the bullshit And because y'all are extra promiscuous nowadays, it makes it 10 times worse.
Yes.
Because you now have to sort through all of that fucking drama and all of that trauma to try to fix the shit that a bunch of other people then already had you and broke you in.
Ooh.
So it is a lot. It is a lot. And now y'all keep on adopting the philosophies and the ways of women that ain't even y'all. Y'all took up the mantle of this feminism shit with white women, and that ain't even y'all fault.
Thanks.
Y'all keep on being finesse. Some of y'all got issues from being touched when y'all was little kids and stuff like that. That's not a race specific.
And guys aren't getting with virgins anymore, so you can't even be sure how much trauma she actually had. See, my wife was a virgin, so I don't have to worry about all that trauma. But most relationships, they start off with the woman already having a body count of at least probably 5, possibly maybe 2 or 3. So that's different.
Girls, let's start there. What happened to grown men protecting young girls? Why do
You're not hearing me.
have so much trauma when it comes
You're not
to
hearing me, baby girl.
what y'all be doing?
You're not hearing me.
I mean, I hear you, baby, but I'm just saying we gotta unpack it all. We're gonna unpack it.
All right. Now she's pointing at men.
You can't say
it's
one
family
thing and
issues.
say you suffered from abuse and now that's why. Why are we being abused when we're kids? What's going on with these grown men, traumatizing these young girls?
Wait. But do you know that women tend to abuse
Yes, we know,
more
Q. We know that. It's a problem. It's a problem on both sides, but we're talking about men right now. So all I'm saying is that, yes, women have gone through a lot of traumas by way of men.
Sides.
And unfortunately, a lot of women didn't deal with those traumas. Unfortunately, because of the way this crazy ass world and this crazy ass country is set up, it was designed for us to do exactly what we're doing right now. When they see us doing this, it's like the plan worked. It worked in our favor because us going against each other has always been their goal. And so here we are, comparing ourselves to other races and this, that, and the third. All I'm saying is you have the right to speak on your experiences, right? There are things that Black women do need to be accountable for. Them attitudes got to be in check, right? If you come across a good man, know how to turn that boss shit down. It's not cute. It's not sexy. It's okay to be soft, but I understand that there are a lot of women who never had the opportunity to be soft. So it takes a lot of unlearning and relearning and all this and that. Same thing.
A lot of people just not gonna deal with it. I mean, a lot of people not gonna wait and sit around for you to unlearn it. You just gonna have to get what you can get and live life accordingly. A lot of dudes don't want to deal with that unlearning and learning shit, especially when they possibly don't have to. That's why guys are probably going other places.
For men, they've been traumatized. Oh my God, they've been a target on their back since the beginning of time, right? So I'm just more about us being gentle with each other, holding ourselves accountable, and so we can avoid these bad experiences with one another. Because regardless of the experience that were not so good in my life with men, I would never generalize Black men like that. I think y'all are great. No Black man.
You're taking it personal, but we can't say that women don't generalize. How many times you say Black men ain't shit?
Black men do it. Black
Jazz,
women
you just generalized though.
Shouldn't do it at all.
Jazz, you just generalized us. You just said Black men are great. I know me personally, I don't like participation trophies, right? Everything that I do, I don't. If somebody say Black men are beautiful, right? That don't do nothing for me. That don't do nothing for me. If they say Black men are trash, that don't do nothing for me either because that's not me.
And him saying what he said about Black women that act like that ain't doing nothing for them either. So me saying I love Black men and they're
that's a generalization. You said Black men are great.
It has to do anything for you. It's just a positive reinforcement. If you feel like that don't do nothing for me, well, I don't know what you need done to. It's a compliment. I'm saying that I uplift you.
It's a generalization.
Why do we get mad when people generalize?
Because have we not seen what generalizing Black people in this country has done?
Like
nothing.
Oh, you know what? I'll pause because Black people have always been treated fairly in this country, right?
There's nothing wrong with generalizing.
I think generalizing is a bit different from stereotyping. I don't.
Okay, auntie over there too.
Very much so synonymous with the generalization. That's why there's always an assumption of how we act and behave towards certain people. So you can't say that. We've always been
I can
generalized.
agree that generalizing can lead to stereotyping, but generalizing something kind of leads to averages or implies average. What is the average behavior of a
Thank
group of
you.
people?
Yes.
That's what I'm
So
The
saying.
average
but that
behavior.
doesn't necessarily lead to stereotypes. It can if in the overuse of it, but generalization by itself is not necessarily indicative of negative
Stereotypes
They
stereotypes.
aren't even
generalized us
bad.
and said that we were less than human and couldn't experience pain. What did we do to earn that?
That
Stereotypes
wasn't
aren't bad inherently.
Hold on,
Stereotypes.
that wasn't a legit stereotype. I'm saying that below human being. That was more so using the actually being used in slavery or whatnot to subgroup a category of slaves. That's not saying that that's the generality of people. I just want to know how Auntie got the nickname Super.
Wait. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on.
I'm just saying, if we're
Just
speaking
give me a
about
second. Just
Wait,
hold on.
Jazz.
Hold on.
I also I also wanted to say that jazz. Oh,
Hold on, Sue. Where did you get all of this fucking trauma from?
Why is
You have
am I
never
being
hold on. You have never personally
extra?
experienced any of this shit before.
It doesn't
that you talk
matter.
about.
It
What
doesn't
do you
matter.
mean
Y'all
it
have
don't
to
matter?
stop being
No.
so dense.
And
You don't have
the
to
reason
be
why
physically there to
it
experience
matters,
something.
the reason why it matters is because you can't talk about something that you ain't never experienced. So somebody had to put this in you. Somebody had to teach it to you. Somebody had to press it down into you. Somebody had to really, really do a head job on you.
Why do I do this to myself?
For you,
y'all
single subject, for every single subject to come back to less than. Oh, we've been and we.
I know you don't.
You have never experienced this shit, so
point.
somebody had
to
train. Somebody fucked your head up, and somebody really did do a job on you.
Somebody did a number on
put
your
this
brain
level of hate
the fact that
in
you don't
you.
even understand.
Listen.
How
This
you
is what you really need to do. Honestly, you can't just over talk it when you don't like what somebody is saying.
You over talk people.
Nah, he making a lot of sense. A lot of people just go to work and go home. A lot of people don't just do all this extra stuff or deal with all this extra trauma. A lot of people don't deal with all that. So I think it is a lot of talking points that have been possibly brainwashed into people. And then they start thinking like this. It's a whole lot different from you actually experiencing this and then actually just talking about it and you just group everybody into it.
All the time once you don't like
Jazz, you have more talk time tonight than anybody.
Why is that?
You got it.
Combined.
Then with the chapstick. Jazz hilarious.
Talk. I ain't gonna say nothing else. Talk.
Honest to God, like I don't know who did this, who taught you all of this shit. And
take me out of it. What do you mean? It's history.
You just said you weren't talking no more.
What you mean? Who taught me this? Is that why you don't want to learn anything because it makes you uncomfortable? It makes the truth makes you really uncomfortable about why we are where we are. It's the truth, Anton. Nobody is sitting here lying. It ain't about trauma. It's called passion. But I understand you're a little dense when it comes to these conversations because you've assimilated to the white lie. We get it. We know it. Okay?
You went to a predominantly white school.
Baby, you don't know where I went. Who the fuck?
That's what you said. I'm just saying though.
Don't say nothing that you don't know.
I went to a school with one white person and I do not feel like a victim.
Don't talk
You
to
were
me.
in a privileged neighborhood.
You don't know that?
In a privileged white school and you hate white people. It's so weird. The experience that you talk about is how I should be talking.
Girl, you don't know my life.
I'm just saying, but can we bring it back to the topic? We know you're racist, Jazz. We know, girl. We know.
I'm racist.
And if anybody is not racist like you, they're on the wrong side of the fence. We know. Can we bring it back to the topic?
Yeah, you're so real. Just like
because it's almost 3 hours in.
Girl, I don't care. I don't know.
And we've been talking about your feelings. Like, I'm tired of talking about your feelings, Jazz.
That's what it comes about.
Oh, snap.
And it's always every panel the same argument.
Sorry that I'm here.
We know. You're racist. White folks bad.
You can leave.
Okay, you can leave.
You can leave. You don't have to listen to me. You can go.
You hate white people, but you were around white people your entire life. Make it make sense. You had the same opportunities as the people that you hate so bad.
Stop it.
When some of us had to get it from the bottom, and we know a white person wasn't the reason we was at the bottom.
Girl, listen, having these conversations with a woman like you is just.
No, it's not with a woman like me. I'm not the only black
definitely
woman
with a woman like
that
you.
thinks like
You
this.
don't even like being black, girl.
I think your problem is you had a crush on a white boy that didn't like you back, and now you just hate white folks.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Like, let's keep it a buck.
That was kind of far.
I had a crush on a white boy, and he broke my heart.
You went to all white school predominantly.
It's not the systemic oppression though. It's not the things that are still.
What systemic oppression does?
That's the talking point right there that I don't like. The systemic oppression. It's not the normal. It's not. You can go out there, you can get a job, you can work as hard as you want to work, you can work till your fucking fingertips bleed. Nobody's gonna stop you, and the white people don't care. You can, man, at my job, bro. You can work as much as you want. They not trying to stop you from working. You got to live your life accordingly, man. These talking points about white this, black that, they not holding you back. It's us that hold ourselves back, man. Up here, we put a mental lock to where we put a physical lock to where we just don't do nothing. It is what it is, but I cannot stand them talking points.
A black person from a middle class, upper middle class, and a predominantly white school face. You were privileged.
Girl, you don't know me like that. You don't know what school I went to.
This is what you said, Jasmine.
Stay over there with that.
This is what you said. So yes, we are lost. Why are you so racist?
Piss me off.
When you're in white environment.
Let's go back to the topic.
Stop talking to me, Molly.
Let's go back to the topic. I'm gonna mute both of y'all. I'm gonna mute both.
Y'all be letting this little bad witch ass.
Oh, she called her a bad witch. Damn, she called her a bad witch. I do believe Molly is married to a white man, but you ain't gotta call her a bad witch.
Hold on, wait a minute.
No,
wait. No.
Let's go back to the topic.
Why we muting Molly? Molly is not.
No,
because she
both.
Molly is not out of pocket.
I'm an equal opportunist.
This is not. Nope, this is not fair. Because Molly didn't say it. She didn't call her out of her name. She did not get out of pocket. She didn't raise her voice, and she been patient. She haven't said anything all night, and I believe that Molly should be able to say what she want to say.
She called me.
This is going down a wrong hole. Let's go back to the topic.
All right, so this is where I think Jazz doesn't look outside of the show and look at herself. This is these moments. I had a talk with Jazz, and I think these are the moments where she can look back and reflect and see how she actually acts and understand that, hey, I get triggered off small words. She just said that Molly called me privileged. That's bad to get triggered off of? If somebody called me privileged, I might even feel a little privileged. I appreciate that if you feel like I was privileged, if you look at my life to say that I was in a better situation. Thank you for that. That lets me know that there are people in worse situations, and I should be happy that I might have been in a better situation. So I think that she takes small things and she just blows them up, man. And they trigger her. And I think she doesn't really look at it or really try to understand that. And I think she just thinks that she's being bullied. But really, she does a lot of bullying also on these panels, man.
I'm a
Jazz, if you heard that.
I'm a reel it in.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Molly didn't say anything that's out of pocket, and she's just speaking the truth.
Like I said,
okay. So we gonna reel it back in, okay? Because I'm an equal opportunist. I'm muting both, but let's.
What's in that red cup?
Go back, but I think that what the actor said, nothing was wrong. I think that sometimes women should stop thinking it's personal, just in general, and look and see what can be changed. Yeah. Like, because if you see women are doing this, women are doing that, and men are being vocal. Let's be honest. Women have been vocal about men for years about how they ain't shit, how they broke, how they ain't 6 feet, how they got a small dick. And you don't see men reacting like this.
I want to hear Molly speak on this subject.
Now I'm gonna throw it to Molly so she can talk about the topic. But now that we have men speaking about why they don't like women of today, it's a problem. I think that women and men can just take the advice and learn from it. But if it doesn't apply, women and men shouldn't be triggered about what's being said. So that's what I think. But Molly, do you want to talk about the topic?
No, you can't tell. No.
It's about
we don't do this to anybody else. We're not gonna do it now. Molly, what would you like to say about the subject?
The topic.
Yeah, speak freely.
Whatever you want to say.
Talk about anybody.
I just think that instead of being offended, it's okay to listen to what people's experiences are. And if it's something that you need to work on personally, it's okay to do the work. They're not always wrong. We do know the representation of Black women is what it is. I don't know why we do things and we represent ourselves a certain way and then we get mad when we get called out on it. And I think that's dumb. And to say we need to have compassion for how certain men feel and then invalidate their whole entire experience to say, well, oh, well, you shouldn't be saying that because it's not something I want to hear. I think it's counterproductive.
Mm.
And y'all can say what y'all want to say about who I'm with. I've dated Black men. I've dated different types of men. Men are men at the end of the day. Sometimes there are some differences, yes. But I don't really, to
You
Anton's
never have
point,
nothing
I
nice to
think
say
that
about
was
Black
like a
men.
him
Wait, Jazz, you
problem.
gotta let her finish, Jazz. You gotta let her
You
finish.
can't
ready.
say that I don't say anything about Black men when Black men are constantly
Yes,
complaining
super.
about what I say about them.
No, that's what I'm
That's your
saying.
opinion, though.
Wait,
Right,
Jazz, you gotta let her
But do
finish.
you understand, like, you are kind of the representation of what a lot of these Black men talk about,
I
and you
don't
don't
really.
see it. And this is a problem within the Black community with Black women. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. And if all types of men are saying, y'all are loud, y'all are ghetto, y'all don't listen, y'all have extremely high standards. How
Yeah,
is
I
that? How
don't
are they
really.
wrong for feeling that way?
Anybody can feel how they want to feel. How y'all feel about me and how I engage on this panel?
Why are you
I could
making it
really.
about you?
Cause you just did. You just said that I'm the representation. So let's stay on topic since you made it about me.
No, I don't want to
First
talk
of
about
all,
you though. I'm
but
just
you
saying,
just
how
said it,
can we
girl.
say
You
that
just
people
said that
aren't
I am the
experiencing Black women
representation
a
of it.
certain way
You just said
and
I'm
then
the
be the exact
representation. So let me
everything of what
respond
they're
then. Weren't you
speaking
done?
about?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
Jasmine, no, because somebody got to kind of step in and intervene and
well,
tell
let
you
it
that you
not be
talk
you
too
this
much
time.
and
Let
that
Oh
you
it
take
not
damn.
be you
over
this
the
time, and I'm gonna keep
pianos.
talking, and I'm gonna keep
I'm
So
not
talking,
now,
and I'm gonna
Robert
keep
to
now it's
like
talking,
like she just got a vendetta against Molly at that point.
to say
Yeah,
and I'm gonna keep
Well,
something
talking,
on
super
and I'm
isn't
this.
gonna keep
mine.
talking,
I'm
and I'm
sure
gonna
Miss
keep
Super would
talking.
like
What
to
you
say
stopping? I'm
something.
gonna keep talking, and I'm gonna
KLA,
keep, and I'm gonna
we
keep
know you'll
talking,
keep
and I'm
talking,
gonna keep
even though
Damn.
talking,
you don't have
and
a
I'm gonna keep
panel to
talking.
invite us
When are
on.
you
You always
gonna
have to
That's
be
shut
on
up?
super, super
Anton's
When are you
dope.
gonna
panel.
shut up?
Oh,
When are you gonna shut up?
When are you
Jazz,
going to make a
When are you gonna
panel?
Jazz,
When are
shut
you going to
up?
make a
Okay,
channel?
so let's
Why are
move
you
it
always
along.
on
oh
my
Jazz,
damn.
neck, baby?
Let
Stay
super
on
go.
Anton's balls where you love hanging out at, all right?
You
Jazz,
love
real
hanging
quick.
on Anton's
Back
balls.
up,
You've
back
been
up
on his
off of me,
panels
baby.
longer than me. You
Back up
can't
off of
stop
me,
coming and
girl.
showing your face on his
Girl,
Monday
get a
night
life.
panels.
Get
You're
a
on his
life.
balls more than anybody up here.
Girl, you sat up here and said
Okay.
you are
You've been
obsessed
up
with
here
him
way
more than your
longer.
own husband.
You're
You
more
sat up here
obsessed
and
with him though, and you just don't want to express it.
said that you
Okay,
were
so
giving
Super
Anton
is gonna
Daniels
You
talk,
can't you
y'all.
can't
$1,000 before you
stay
went to
off
your
of
own
you
husband.
love
Keep
being
going.
up
She's
No,
here.
boy,
gonna
we having a cat fight over Anton right now. This shit done changed completely up.
ask
Anton could
who.
let that shit slide.
Can we go? Can we
So
go?
when
Okay,
Anton
let's Super
always let
go.
shit slide with you, it be boggling my mind.
You love
Wait,
it
It
on
I'm
the
be boggling my
just
mind
Anton
because
just
platform,
Anton
no,
Jazz.
gonna
Jazz,
ladies,
Jazz,
say
you know what
that
this?
ladies, let's get
some
off of
of the
Anton's
I am the
balls.
experiences
voice that
that
ratchet
So
you
black
all
let's
woman no
spoke
one wants to be
to
let's
around.
Super.
kind of
I am the
prove
loud ratchet black
or
woman no one
All
wants
right,
to be
Jazz. All
around.
right, all
Stay
right,
away.
Jazz. Come on,
Jazz,
come on.
wait,
I'm
Jazz,
ugly.
Jazz,
I'm
wait. Let's Super go.
ratchet. I'm
You is not
ghetto.
ugly, girl.
I'm
Stop.
unruly.
Jazz,
Men
you know
can't
Nah,
a
stand
lot
me.
of people on
Jazz
the panel
attractive.
won't may not be back on
Jazz,
this
hold
panel for a
on.
long time, and you are
Yeah,
with respect, you are kind
because
of
She
like
people
started
like
with
taking.
come on.
me.
That is true.
Okay, let's Super go. Go ahead, Super.
yeah, I was just gonna say some of the experiences that you spoke to, Jazz, earlier before everything kind of got chaotic. To me, it kind of justifies the idea that the experience with Black women would definitely be different. Which is the word that he said. I know that they said that he at first he said better, but he corrected himself and said that it would be different if Black women have these experiences on average in general, then that would definitely say that the experience would be different. Yes, their expectations might be a little bit higher or whatever. That could be taken either way. If he's saying that it's easier to deal with them, and then he still ended up with a Black woman, so then there's that. So I don't know. I'm kind of going back to where we started, which is we shouldn't be taking it personal.
Here's the thing, though. See, the problem is it's the Western culture. Because some same women that might be overseas, when they get over here, they kind of adapt to what they see in America. No matter if you're black or white, because y'all know some white women doing the same thing.
True.
But since we talking about black women, it's the Western culture. It's just like they've gotten away from that. In their mind, even catering to a man is a problem.
Yep.
In some cases.
When I first met my wife, her grandmother, the way how they family was structured is that the men could kind of do no wrong. That's just the way how they thought, or that's just the way how they treated the men. They basically, catered to the men. But as you see, as time goes on through the next couple of generations, that they don't care about catering to the men like that no more. Now, my wife has good qualities, but that's how her grandma was bred. Her grandmother was bred like that. From a young woman to an old woman before she passed, her job was to make sure that the men was taken care of. But that mentality is now fleeting in today's society of women, and that's a fact.
Crazy, yeah. It's like submissive.
Like you submitting is like, you think I'm less than? You know what I mean? When even the Bible said, you know what I'm saying, we all are supposed to be helpmates to each other, but at the thought of that, it's like they're losing something.
That is true.
And I feel like most of our black women feel like it's too many options out here. That's why they're quick to want to leave from a situation.
That's true too.
Black women need to start by just making their man a sandwich.
Woo! Well, I love auntie.
But that again right there will make them feel
I love auntie
serving now. So like it's the Western.
Am I your lap dog? Am I your lap? Like it's like a bad thing to be submissive.
Right.
Yeah.
Val Sarah seemed like a really sweet woman. This is the woman right here. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm like married and I get to 40 plus, I like her vibe. I like her energy. She seems like she gonna move accordingly, and she gonna be by my side, and she gonna make sure I'm straight. I make sure she's straight. I love Val Sarah's mentality.
Yeah.
I think that more women need to be like my Molly.
Oh shit. Anton throwing gas on the fire.
Oh, I can't.
Salt on the wound.
It's the truth.
I can't.
Damn.
It's the truth. It just is what it is. That's my opinion personally. I don't know if I can't say anybody else should or shouldn't agree. That's just my personal thoughts. So.
Anybody else before I read this?
Again, the main thing that's throwing men off, and I'm gonna say this, all due respect to Jab, I think Jab is very beautiful. I love dark women, so I'm gonna put it out there. My thing is, I think that the combativeness is what got men, not just on Jasmine, is making them run away from it. Just to combat it. It's just to feel like they having some kind of. It's always gonna be a rebuttal. I'm not saying she's gonna be the way. I'm just saying that's the thing that men are not really saying. It's the rebuttalness. And sometimes men might need the rebuttal, but we don't want to hear that shit sometimes. Just, all right, baby. And sometimes a woman get the most attention from a man by just being quiet.
That is
he gonna
true.
know, like, damn, I got her quiet. We're gonna sit back in our own thoughts, like, damn,
That's facts.
Let me go back and make it up.
That's facts.
I didn't give us a chance to make it up.
Yeah.
That's you directly, Jazz. I'm just saying.
No, it's okay. I'm the ghetto ugly queen.
Oh,
I understand
man.
the
I was not expecting Jazz to do that. Why you do that, Jazz? Why would after Rob just laid a good doggone ending to this whole conversation, why do that? Why go back to say that I'm just that I'm bitter? Just listen. Just take it and listen.
That's hate me. I'm stupid. I'm ugly.
Oh my God.
This is your audience. I am. I embrace it.
Don't take the bait.
Hate me. Men
Exactly.
hate me. They run away from me because y'all assume that because we go at it like this on this internet shit, on this panel, that this is how I'm acting with my man. And I'm going to let you believe whatever you want. That's fine. We're simply having a debate. Y'all get mad at me when I take personal shots, but I'm constantly...
Can I say something real quick?
I'm constantly getting berated. And one thing about you, Anton, I noticed you real flip-floppy, wish-washy. Because you don't like anybody spamming your chat, right? Let me tell you one thing I noticed last week. You don't like anybody spamming your chat. I noticed one week there was somebody spamming the chat giving me compliments, right? Compliment. Mm-hmm. You instantly caught it. You instantly said, don't spam the chat. We not doing that. Don't spam the chat. A week after, somebody spammed the chat, all negative shit. Negative. Jasmine ugly. Jasmine wear the same shit every time. Jasmine this, Jasmine that. You ain't said a word, right? You get up here and you say that women should be the best representation of their husbands. Meanwhile, Molly get up here and says she's obsessed with you. How would you feel if your wife was sitting on panels talking about she's obsessed? Do you think that's the best way to represent her husband? And why don't you hold her accountable? Why don't you hold
one question at a time? One question at a time.
Why don't you keep up?
I'm gonna let you get to the other part. Let's address the spam part. Okay, let's go.
You definitely let them spam and go hate crazy.
Let's go one at a time.
I want to hear this. I want to hear this.
When I said, hold on, just this time, and this is the honest to God truth on my daughter's life, on my father's grave. The one thing that I was about to say is we all know that you're not ugly. We know that you're beautiful.
Right,
So
but I should shut the fuck up, right? Because I'm so stupid.
This is your
just gotta
problem,
listen.
Jazz.
You just gotta listen.
You
With
don't
you.
even let me respond. How you going?
You know what? She got a point. It might be with him because I interviewed her and she wasn't like that with me. Just being honest. I'm just watching their interaction. But when I interview her, it wasn't that bad to where she's like antagonizing me or saying things about me. So
have an issue with me and ask me a question, and then you don't even give me the grace. And I'm giving you a compliment at the same time.
Okay, you're right. All right,
I'm
right.
a compliment.
Okay.
And you gonna overtalk me and still hold me accountable for something that I'm not even doing wrong.
Because Anton, it gets very tiring.
Jazz, you gotta let me respond before you get angry. That's only fair, right?
I'm not angry.
Okay, well then stop treating me like a stepchild. Because
That's how you treat me?
because anytime that you hit me up, Jazz, anytime that you have hit me up online.
Once.
Jazz, you have hit me up more than once. I responded maybe once or twice, but the point is good, but I don't respond to anybody.
And
but
I've only hit you up twice.
Okay, whatever, Jazz. The point is that when you hit me up, I addressed your issue. Now, when it comes to what you look like, you know that you're not ugly. So that's not even something that you should be offended by. That's number one. Number two, I don't monitor the chat. I have people in the chat that is supposed to take care of it. I got moderators. So the standard rule is you don't spam the chat. Now, if somebody is spamming the chat, then they are supposed to address it and time them out. So you can't hold me accountable. All right. I don't hit anything. I'm on the panel just like you, and I got people inside of the chat to handle that. Now, the biggest thing is I think that you are necessary.
Yeah, because y'all like to be up.
No. I like arguing with you. I go back and forth with you. I don't take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever happens on the panel, stay on the panel, and I leave it as it is. You take shit too personal.
Yeah, she take it home.
Well, when you take personal shots at me, how am I supposed to respond?
You take personal shots at me too.
Because that's the energy you give, gang. That's how you talk to people. That's how
energy you give, Jazz.
No, I come in peace, and then you start saying all type of crazy. Okay, you know what?
No, you don't, Jazz.
I don't think I can do this anymore. I'm crashing out because I'm
crashing out too hard.
I'm the only person with my perspective on this panel, right? And it's always an attack on me. I've sat on other panels and it's never been this negative. But you got your Wawa next to you that's always ready to say something.
Saying? No.
It doesn't matter at this point. At this point, I can say whatever. She says whatever to me.
Oh
she says whatever to me.
She didn't say nothing that was out of pocket for you tonight.
It's fair game. I don't care. She don't like me. I don't like her.
You don't care. But see, the problem is you think that just because you've gone on other panels and you haven't got no smoke because you may or may not be in an echo chamber, that does not warrant you being self-reflective. You get the smoke you get because of you. It ain't got nothing. No. You are responsible for the smoke that you get. When people come at me, and people come at me all the time, I own that shit. When people give me compliments, I own that shit. Yeah. People come at Molly all the time, more than they like her. They be coming at her on a regular basis, and you just don't be there to see it. Exactly. She don't trip about it. She just be like, that's cool. It is what it is. I said the shit. And I probably shouldn't have said it, but I said it, and it is what it is. Ain't nobody a victim. You are the person that create the environment that then warrants the results that you get. That's not nobody's problem but you.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that I can appreciate the fact that you don't operate in an echo chamber and that you honest, regardless of whether I agree with you or not. I appreciate the fact that you say what you want to say and you mean what you say. I don't have no problem with that. But you gotta stop acting like a victim because ain't nobody creating the reputation that you creating except for you.
The only reason that I have this reputation is because I'm the only one in this echo chamber. There's been plenty of times where but so you're telling me that I get attacked because of my opposing views and opinions because that's the only thing I get attacked for.
I can't control the internet, and I can. You
but
can't.
You have to understand.
Yeah,
you
true.
have to understand how frustrating it is when I'm trying to have a conversation, right? And I get on these panels, and we have a general conversation, and I make my statement, and you're like, y'all so stupid, and y'all only want to follow this like that. Nothing can't. Only your opinion or anybody else that agrees with you has to be right. But as soon as I come in, and you have to understand that you have a very big audience, right? And you attract a lot of negative, mean ass people. You do.
Not true.
I can show you.
That lives matters.
I can show you
that
my.
Lives matters.
You gotta ignore them, Jazz.
Your fault.
I don't even have to chat
you
up.
pay attention.
I don't even have to chat up. I've even had to unsubscribe you. Do you know one of your people found me at my job?
That ain't my fault.
No, that's crazy.
Listen,
Yeah, nah, that's crazy. Now I don't agree with stuff like that. That is wild. Leave people alone. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's just weird.
Listen. But you have to be.
It ain't my people. It is somebody that is observing you. It can be
these are your people. Chat Lives Matter, right? Chat Lives Matter. He specifically came in and said, "I saw you on Anton Daniels' panel, baby. He's a fan of yours. All right. My point is,
did he say? What did he say negative?
Oh yeah.
But did he say negative to you?
That is a lot of
What did he say? Hold on, wait. Did he say something negative?
There are a lot of dangerous men that come at me just simply because of my opposing view on you.
Did he say
it doesn't matter the fact that he found me at my work.
He could have been a fan of yours.
Yeah, he could have been a fan.
No,
he could have been a fan and giving you compliments and being positive towards you. If somebody that ultimately mean that they're a fan.
Yours.
But Jazz, did he come out and find you, or he ran into you? Because when I go out in Houston, people be like, "Hey, are you the girl from YouTube?" So did he sought out and find you, like specifically at your job?
I don't know.
Yeah, but
how you gonna just automatically say that it's a negative?
I was just uncomfortable. Okay, I'll tell you why. Because the majority of the people that watch you and reach out to me, Anton, they are crazy. Okay, I understand you saying don't deal with it, don't do that. I've had to unsubscribe from your channel just so I don't see your posting of me and all of the negative comments. And then
I don't post you. I just clip it up.
Okay, but listen, just let me finish. And then they in turn come to my page, find my personal pages in my comments, in my DMs, saying the most egregious things in your honor. So you have to understand.
He said, "In your honor." That's hilarious.
Well, Jazz, you have your ID flattered,
Jazz, because you're low key flattered.
Wait, but Jazz, can I say one thing?
But you guys know, seriously, I'm sorry that I've spoken so much. I'm sorry that I've always been a detriment to your channel.
No, you haven't, Jazz.
I will not be joining this channel ever again.
Don't do
Y'all
that.
been taking the bait though.
No, that's Jazz.
And sometimes I do come on just to test my impulse control, because you're right, I do talk a lot, and sometimes I do cut people off, and it's not intentionally to be rude ever. But
nobody is dissing you because of that.
Everybody disses me, and it's just too negative.
I told you that I appreciate you. That's what I said.
You appreciate me because this is the type of discourse we have. It's never anything positive, Anton. It's always something negative, and then you enjoy the fact that
complimented you. I said that you're beautiful. I appreciate you. Thank you for being real and honest.
You don't think I'm smart. You don't think I'm smart. You don't think I'm necessary.
I think you're smart.
Where are you getting all of this
for the drama?
This is like
crazy.
some deeper issues with other.
It's something else there, man. Because I don't think he's ever said that she wasn't smart. Like, he's never said anything like that. He just got differences of opinions that y'all debate on. That's it.
No. Hold on.
Mind your business.
Where you getting all of this from?
Mind your business. You always got something to say.
Where
you need validation.
Where are
you need to shut the fuck up.
No.
Oh my God.
That shit.
Listen, like I was saying,
listen.
I will not be joining anymore.
Listen.
I can't.
Listen,
I'm
that's
human.
fine.
We know you lack empathy, so you don't feel nothing.
Just stop for a second. If you don't want to join anymore, that's fine. I never want to force anybody to do something that they don't want to do, especially when they're not comfortable. But I'm going to reach out to you offline. Hopefully we can have a conversation offline and we'll figure that out from there. Because regardless of whether you come back or not, I still want you to understand that I value you and I don't look at you in a negative light whatsoever. Your perception of how I view you is wrong. It's 100% wrong.
Yeah.
I just I don't
Absolutely.
I don't receive that. I'm always the only one here.
Well, why don't
Anybody,
you just
whether it's
wait?
me,
Why don't you just wait until we talk offline?
it's okay. I mean, if you want to have a conversation, that's fine. But it's just problematic, right?
Why
It's
don't
very
you just
negative.
wait?
We can't
Jazz,
ever just
Jazz.
have
You
a
can say
conversation
whatever
without
you
me
want to
being.
say. I don't want to. I don't want to continue to make this a spectacle.
Yeah.
I'm
You can
always a
say whatever
spectacle
you
on the
want to
show.
say offline. I'll reach out to you offline, and then we'll have that conversation from there. But again, if you're not comfortable, then I think that you should do what's best for you. But that has nothing to do with my perception of you. I think that you are a smart girl. I think that you're a pretty. I think that you are courageous for having the conversations when other people won't say what it is that they want to say. And I don't view you how you are perceiving I view you.
I
But
get what you're saying.
we'll have that conversation offline, and
Yeah,
we'll figure it out from there.
I
it's just
agree with you because I think that like I don't think he look at you like he look at the girl with the brick. What's the brick face lady? She ain't been on here since.
they was comparing me to her,
There's no comparison.
We
But
will talk
she also
offline. We don't have to have this conversation
Yeah,
and
right
I
now.
don't even
We'll have
think
a
she bad
conversation later.
looking.
No, she. I mean, yeah, but
yeah,
yeah, we'll
yeah,
have this offline. But
yeah,
I think
I get it. Yeah.
It's just a
it
lot, and maybe this wasn't the moment to just say all that, but it just
Yeah.
becomes a lot. And I don't have anything crazy to say. You say crazy things, I say crazy things, but it always
everybody.
turns into this personal attack on me because I don't agree or I don't echo chamber your thoughts.
But
And
but Jazz,
that's
you got
it.
Jazz. I'm gonna say this though. All women that have been on this panel have received some bullshit from somebody that watches the stream. You're not the only one. I get sent it from the women, right? And plus, like, you're not the only one that has got pushed back. Currently, there's other women that gone pushed back. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna say this: if Anton,
Look at Trigger. I'm pretty sure Trigger got a lot of backlash.
You gotta say other women. You could just say yourself.
I've gotten it. They called me I'm Anton's side chick. I still get that from this day.
Yeah.
So trust me, you're not the only one, Jazz. I just don't talk about it because the more you talk about it, then you're gonna have the chat warriors talking about it. If you don't address it, they don't have nothing to talk about it. That's why you gotta ignore that certain stuff. But I'm gonna tell you this: if Anton didn't like you, he wouldn't have you on this panel. He likes people that goes against the grain. He likes people because we don't want everybody agreeing. That's boring as hell.
Yeah.
But I'm always the only one disagreeing.
Because I'm gonna be
We
honest.
will talk about it offline.
We'll talk about it offline. We'll talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it at that, y'all. This was a long conversation, and it got derailed from the black woman topic to the Jazz situation, and I'm gonna leave that part in there, man, because Jazz just need to watch these panels, man, and just see where she plays in the role of everything that goes on, because it's not just always an attack her. She has a very strong opinion about things, so people are going to give pushback, and that is what it is. You're on a public platform where people are debating. That's going to happen. You cannot control that, and you have a good voice for podcasting, Jazz, or being on shows, the whole nine. But you got to learn how to take your feelings out of it, so that's not tearing you up inside behind the scenes, because this is just the internet. At the end of the day, you got your own life to live. Everybody on this panel has their own life to live, and they're doing that accordingly. And some people might take it to heart worse than others, but for the most part, if you're going to be on the internet, you got to know how to separate the two. Y'all like the video, comment below. This is JayBReacts, and until next time, y'all, peace.